My name is Goran Markovic. I'm a consultant at Liquid Telecom. I was working around Africa for the last 5 years and I landed a year ago in Zambia. Anyway, I'm some kind of an expert for internet technology. ISP capacities in Sudan. I designed on my own, I designed Zamtel's ISP core here, so I know even about Zambia relatively good. I will not give you a presentation. I would like this to be like an interactive session where I will demonstrate you some cool stuff, at least from my point of view cool, and then you will see if it's good enough or not for you. And maybe it will give you some ideas in future to develop something on your own, hopefully. And don't copy Apple, they will sue you, as you know. Okay, but anyway, there are a lot of empty room in this world to fill it up with your ideas. So I hope this will light some light bulbs in your heads and you start developing and earning money. Okay? So anyway, how many of you use internet today? If I don't see all the hands raised, I will commit to suicide. Because you're young, I didn't stress. Or some occasional usage of internet is not what it counts. Okay, I will ask a couple of questions. How do you use internet? What kind of internet access do you have?
Yeah, normally it's just from the office.
From the office? That means at home you are deaf and blind?
I use the dongle, the Zamtel.
Dongle, Zamtel dongle. Okay.
Yes.
What kind of service is Zamtel giving on the dongle?
The 3G.
3G. What is 3G? I'm asking you really, because it's there are a lot of misunderstanding what 3G comes at, what it can offer, what it can do. So, are you happy with your 3G?
Not necessarily.
Huh? Not necessarily. Why?
Sometimes it's not there.
Sometimes it's not there. Okay.
Yeah.
Then?
Sometimes it performs well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you comfortably watch YouTube with your 3G dongle of Zamtel?
No.
Why?
I think it's slow.
Huh?
It's slow.
It's slow. Okay.
Yeah.
What speed do you need for YouTube? Do you think about it? I'm trying to make you think. What you actually need. What do you need? Do you want internet at home?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I think I can work even from home.
Work from home? Yeah, that's boring. Okay. Okay.
I can easily work from home, send files, interact with people just from home.
You want to have fun?
Yeah.
At home?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have DSTV at home?
Yes, I do.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to have something like DSTV over your internet?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Because I think it's if I pay for internet,
Okay.
then I wouldn't pay for DSTV.
So it's costs generally your main driver?
Yes.
Or the content itself?
I think both.
Okay.
But cost mostly.
Okay. How do you use internet? Where do you use it?
I use it at work, at home,
Okay.
anywhere, everywhere.
How do you use it at work and how do you use it at home? What is your access?
I connect to Airtel internet and
I heard that's horrible. Is that true?
let's just say you adapt to it.
Okay.
It has its times.
Okay.
I also use MTN as well.
You're talking about 3G.
3G, yes.
Right.
I have
Okay.
3G at home.
Okay.
Yes.
So how much do you spend per month on internet?
Roughly 400.
400,000. That is around $80, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a lot or not a lot?
Looking at what the world has to offer, I think it's kind of a lot.
Okay.
And the service that we're getting for the price is not good enough.
You don't feel comfortable with it?
No, I don't.
Do you watch YouTube a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What do you watch?
Mainly, trailers, comedy,
Okay.
various new technologies that have come about.
Okay. What do you use internet for, lady? Because we have two ladies, I will ask one of the ladies. What do you use internet for?
Well, I use internet basically I use it at work because I work for an ASP.
Okay.
Yes, that's Open and Solutions.
Okay.
And then at home as well.
Okay, what do you use at home?
At home there's a shared wireless connection. We call
Okay.
it Swiss.
Okay.
Yes. People that provide to us as a free connection.
Okay, do you watch videos online?
Yes, I do.
Which ones?
Mostly it's music.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
music videos on YouTube.
Okay, can I ask you a simple question? Many of you use 3G. Even our statistics is showing that the biggest number of users in Zambia are using 3G as the access method. Do you have any problem with these volumes, with volume caps, that you are buying gigs? Do you have an issue with that?
Yes, I do.
Or you would prefer a flat rate model?
I would prefer flat rate.
Why?
Okay, because I access a lot of data, so data caps for me don't work well.
Okay.
Yes.
But I would think it would be more cost and mutually be cheaper with data card.
Listen, I'm not talking about the absolute levels. I'm talking about the methodology of billing. Would you prefer to be billed per meg or gig, or would you prefer to get the invoice per month?
I would like an unlimited service.
Why?
Per month. I mean, I'm not particularly concerned. I like to stream my videos.
Okay.
And I like to do that at a quick rate. I'm not sure if 3G or 4G matters necessarily. I thought
That's an access, so the 4G should be a bit faster, so yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But yes, I like to watch my TED Talks on YouTube, and I want it immediately. I don't want dial-up quality.
You're the first person in Zambia who knows even what TED is, so I will mention it. I know, sorry. I heard about it. Okay.
But for me, a flat rate, obviously, or a fixed rate, maybe even package deals, afford me the opportunity to do what I need to do.
Okay.
However non-important it is, but I'd be willing to like pay one fee just to do whatever it is.
Okay. What I'm driving this discussion into is, for me, internet is content. I find whatever I need to find on internet, and I find a lot. I do shopping, I listen to music, I watch for videos, I learn, I do whatever I want to do. I personally would hate to be limited by some kind of gig cap. Why? Because let's say I pay, I don't know, 150,000 for 2 gig or 150 rebased watches, okay, for 2 gig. I can effectively put a price on minute of video that I watch on YouTube. So my minute costs, I don't know, 10,000 watch. I hate that. And that is most likely the reason why these kind of contents are not so popular and are not so much viewed by people in Zambia, simply because it costs too much. You burn that gig cap, you burn that volume of 2 gigs, I burn it personally in 1 day. I don't know how. I heard that even people can take for 2 months with 2 gigs, I don't know what they do. Recently I stayed in China, I had MTN 3G and I survived. For 6 months, unfortunately I was forced to use 3G. It was okay. I was online, but YouTube, to click on YouTube, I immediately recalculate how much would it cost when I click. And I hate that feeling. Finally, I got fiber optical connection at home a couple of weeks back. Now I'm I'm in heaven. Okay? Literally in heaven. I can even demonstrate my heaven. Why I'm saying this? Because the heaviest content that you can get from internet is actually video, isn't it? So music you can get at some kind of 128 kilobits per second. Telephony, Skype goes at maximum 64 kilobits per second. But video, depending on the definition or the resolution, it can go up to 8 megabits per second for high definition. Standard definition goes at 2 megabits and less, depending on the encoding or codec that is being transmitted over the internet. So can you imagine 2 megabits per second, that's around 500 kilobits per second, sorry, kilobytes per second, no, sorry, 250 kilobytes per second. So every second it goes like this. And your bill or your volume burns in a second. Here I don't want to mention that much peer-to-peer networking. I know that you love it, I know that you love downloading stuff, but that is not what internet is made for from my perspective. Yes, we can download movies illegally, yes, we can do software, pirated software, whatever, fine. And most of us do it, but that's not what internet is built for. On the other hand, internet and these volumes and whatever you have are actually designed to block peer-to-peer. You understand? If you leave your BitTorrent opened, you burn your 2 GB in less than 3 hours. If you just leave it open. You will download at some 1 to 2 megs over MTN. I don't know Airtel and Zantel, I didn't try. Airtel was slower, MTN was still decent speed. So I could burn 2 GB in less than 3 hours if I leave BitTorrent open. So yeah, if you have flat rated internet, BitTorrent will work as well, but that's not what we came here to talk about. So my main focus will be generally on video. I use internet for YouTube, where I watch whatever I watch. I watch content that I was now I have a kid, let's say a year ago I got a baby, and now I'm playing to the baby the same songs that I was listening when I was young, which are still popular, but I find it on YouTube. Some good guys grab it all from who knows what material and put it on YouTube. So we have tons and tons of material from my own country, Serbia, which is a country in Europe. We are flooding YouTube with content from our own country. Honestly, I didn't see too much content from Zambia. Why?
I think that's the challenge. If you come back to the question you asked earlier.
Okay.
So for example, last night, this new program on TV, they had an episode last night, and then they needed to put up the same program on Vimeo. Okay. This morning I was trying to watch it because I missed it last night, and it was a pain. Just like you stop, wait for 5 minutes, go brush your teeth, come back, watch another 3 minutes, then wait for another couple of seconds for it to load up.
Okay, but that's you are having problem with viewing, but they didn't have problem to upload, isn't it?
No, they complained that they had a problem uploading as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There are today around 80 million videos on YouTube. Very infrastructure in Zambia. They merged with a company called Liquid Telecom. Origins are from Zimbabwe, but now it's spreading like a disease all over Africa. And they partnered and made a joint venture called CEC Liquid Telecom, where you're sitting today. What are we doing? We are building fiber optical infrastructure throughout this country and bringing significant internet capacity into Zambia. If you're asking how much capacity are we sitting on today, we're talking about 2.5 gigabits per second today in Zambia. And we have fiber optical infrastructure from Lusaka all the way to London, or wherever the cables that we are, undersea cables that we are running on, are terminated. Currently we're running on 4 undersea cables, that is SAT3, going west coast, WAX, west coast of Africa, SEACOM and EASY going east coast of Africa. Most of them end up in London. So that's what we have today. So if somebody tells me that somebody is using satellite in Lusaka, I would again commit a ritual suicide here in the office, because satellites in metropolitan areas are past. I would understand if some lodge in the middle of nowhere in some national park is using VSAT, or some NGO really reaching really remote areas in this country, but metropolitan areas like Livingstone, Lusaka and Ndola Kitwe are connected to the, I hate to call it that way, but you guys use this word a lot, first world type of internet, okay? So the only device itself, okay? MacBook, this MacBook costs maybe $1,500. They can make maybe 10-20% on it. On iPad they can make also 10%. On iPhone they are making a bit more, I think around 40% margin. But still, how many iPhones did they produce up until now? Huh? I mean 100 million and that's it. So let's say that maximum 50, 60, 70 million people in the world have iPhone, compared to 7 billion. They are covering only 1% of the world. So that's not it. They cannot, even if they want, if everybody in the world wants to buy iPhone, they cannot produce enough, isn't it? Let me just give you one example. These LCD TVs. How many of them are being produced every year? Do you know? Any guess? How many LCD TVs in the world, in the whole, now think globally, think about the planet.
Billions and billions.
Oh, there are only 7 billion people, my dear. Most of them are very poor. So how many?
Maybe 1 billion.
Any guess? 10 billion?
Less than 500,000?
No. There are most likely several tens of millions of them getting from the factories every year. Let's say 20. Most probably a bit more. Imagine China. China has 1.5 billion people. It will take 75 years just to supply China with enough LCD TVs. Huh? Did you think about that? Just think Zambia. It will take a full year just to supply every person in Zambia with a TV.
We are assuming it's free.
Assuming that it's free, yeah? So it's not really easy to shoot out of a factory so many replicas of something. But where do you think it's possible to shoot out so many replicas of something?
Content.
Well, it's not content, but what? Something intangible, isn't it? Software, or some video, or some music, something which is in virtual world. Isn't it? So I can make a video and 1 billion people can view it like this for Gangnam Style. Over 1 billion views on the web. Billion, guys. 1 billion views. And if you view it 2 times from the same computer with the same username, it will not count your view as double. You know that? So more or less they are unique views. It's crazy. And the guy singing about some elite in South Korea. Why do you care here from Zambia? Or me from Serbia, who cares? Yeah? So that's it. They said, okay, we can make money on content. And most of it is it's margin. Most of it is profit. So they have generally redesigned or revolutionized the music industry. Before that, your CDs or DVDs, whatever you were buying, were costing some amount of money. And I remember that when DVDs appeared, we were paying them in Europe around 30 euros. It was very expensive, like $45 for one DVD, which you get from peer-to-peer for free, right? Okay, but would you, if it costs $1, would you get it? Would you pay for it?
I would.
Huh?
I would.
Why?
Because it's affordable.
Okay, so it comes to affordability. So they said, okay, people don't want to buy DVD or CD for $30 or $40 or $15. Would they buy a song for $0.99? Yeah, why? Because it's a kind of, how to say, psychological thing. You don't even, you know when you have a few these coins in your pocket, if you lose them, if they drop, maybe don't even look back, isn't it? But that's the value of one song. So they said people will just click and buy, not even thinking about it. And that's the best purchase for them, when you don't think about it. You know, when you are on in game or ShopRite or Spar on the counters, there are a lot of stuff around you, isn't it? In South Africa, if you traveled, you would see that the queues for the counters are actually meandering like this, among stuff which are aligned along the line. So you know, when you're waiting in some queue, you just don't even what, because all of these stuff are cheap. There are no stuff which cost $100, but those are stuff that cost $1 to $3. And you say, $1 more, $1 more. And at the end you pay with a credit card, which you don't see that money actually in your hand, so it goes. That is what they designed this service around. First, affordability. People actually can afford to buy something for $0.99. Second, availability. They don't need a factory to sell 1 million copies of a song. And psychology. It's all at your fingertips. How many of you bought anything on Amazon ever? What did you buy on Amazon?
I bought a camera.
Camera.
Yes.
Okay. What did you buy on Amazon? Books. Okay. Even Kindle. I will come to that. So, did you notice one function of Amazon which is called single-click purchase?
Yes, I did.
What is single-click purchase?
It's just one of those where you just click and automatically buy.
Okay. In a standard e-shop, you select, first you browse for your product, then you select one, then you go to your basket or a cart or whatever, then you have to enter your delivery address and then Visa or credit card numbers, blah blah blah. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes. But they have designed a way to store all of this information, and just to say, you have to just click one button to purchase. Isn't it beautiful? I 10 times clicked just by mistake. Do you understand that? So they got like $15 or $20. I cannot return it now. I cannot say, sorry, I made a mistake. So, you understand? Maybe here it's not that familiar for most of you. Definitely out of this room, it's definitely not familiar. But that is how it works. Everything is at your fingertips. You just have to decide to buy. As I said, sometimes you don't even have to decide, you just buy, and then you scratch your head with it. So it's very easy to spend money. And those companies have, how to say, became extreme professionals how to take the money from you. And that is what I have seen here, that it's not so refined, I would say. Zambia is not so refined in those terms. Everything is super expensive, and only some kind of elite class here goes to game, ShopRite or whatever, and buy stuff. The rest are buying I don't know where. But it's coming there. So it's your opportunity. Develop something like this for Zambia. Does Zambia has any online trading portal? Why?
Use Facebook.
Huh? Sorry?
I use Facebook.
You use Facebook.
I think the groups
Tell me, is it that difficult to make a website? I think we can make it in 3 minutes. Now, sitting at this table.
I think money transfer will be fast.
The problem is having our own online portal, online payment portal. So so that people can be able to buy. So if I use an Apple account or whatever account, I can attach it to my card. Then it doesn't have to go all the way out of Zambia, then back in for them to receive the payment.
Are you sure that that's a problem?
No, where I work, we have the solution. It's just advertising it, getting people to know that's the tricky part.
Okay, I will ask you a question. What I have noticed with many people, cars are a big thing here in Zambia. You like cars. I mean, like it above some kind of average revenue or average earning per consumer here. How come there is not a single website for used cars?
There's no Craigslist here.
Huh?
Nobody knows what Craigslist is.
No, I know what
You
is
know
Craigslist, but is it difficult to make a website for used cars? Would people have a look at it from time to time? I need a used car now to buy for my wife. Where do I buy cars? I go on streets and look on sale, you know, on the windshields. I don't want to do that. Can anybody develop a used website for cars? Website for used cars? You can do it in a day. And then you leave the advertising space, you sell it to whoever, MTN, Airtel, they will give you a couple of hundreds of thousands of kwacha per banner. They would even give you a hosting space for your website. We would give you a hosting space for the website. AfriConnect will give you a hosting space, why not? It's easy to sit and drink water for free, you know? But it's difficult to do something actually. You know what, I will do it next week and I will make money just to show you. Who knows how many things like that are just missing? Why? Because everybody's thinking it's difficult to do it. And yes, you're right, there is no payment gateway, it's called payment gateway for credit cards or cards, but it's so easy to make it. It's very easy to make it. Everybody's telling me that Zambian cards are not working online. That's actually very false. Yesterday I spent $2,000 on airline tickets with Stanbic Bank card, Visa.
That's a gold card. The average Zambian doesn't have.
It's not gold, it's plastic.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
But does it make a difference if it's gold or standard?
Yes, it does, because banks will limit transactions based on the class of client that you are.
Okay, very good. So you're saying that it's the question of how to say amount that I'm spending. So blue card owners will be able to spend $5.
No, blue card owners might not have internet payment option
At all.
Yes.
So it is an option somewhere there in the system.
At the bank, yes.
So
not your choice. It's the bank.
okay, but you are telling me that technically they're ready to do it.
Technically, it can be done. They switched it off. They decided to switch it off for security reasons.
Okay, but if we go there, 30 of us with sticks and guns and whatever, somebody there will be able just to untick and to enable that for Zambians, isn't it?
Yes, if this pressure is.
Okay, so we are not that far, you know, we just need guns and sticks, yeah? Okay? So we are there, it's there. So even payment solutions are there, yes. At the moment, due to the fact that you don't have a local payment gateway, you would have to use foreign payment gateways, maybe South African or US payment gateways. And yes, they will take like a few dollars out of every transaction. And yes, that would make your transactions more expensive. But no, it will not block your development. So make a stupid e-shop. Make a website for used cars. Make your own social network here. Why don't you? That's why I'm saying we need to wake you up somehow. Young people, people from the universities, we need to shake you up a little bit. Because you have it, you have the need, there is the market, somebody needs to develop. And it has to be a local initiative, because I don't know what would be the most convenient way to make, or come to say, to present those used cars. What would be the way to acquire data from used car dealers? That's you. Do it. Do it now. Do it tomorrow. But don't leave it for somebody else to do it. Because everybody else is thinking exactly like you. Somebody else will develop. Let me just give an example how I didn't become a rich man on time. And on time was 25 years, so now I'm 37. My friend came to guys from UK or Scotland, I'm not 100% sure which part of that island. They developed a simple thing. They developed an interface from universities. They made a portal, like they call it InfoStud or StudInfo, Student Info. They were aggregating information about various things from all universities in the area like publishing the results of the exams, publishing some articles, publishing useful information for the students. After 3 years, they have sold it for 30 million pounds. That's around $50 million, and they don't have to work anymore. They were like 23 at the time. So when I was 1993, I was 23, I think, yeah. He came to me with the same idea. At the time, I was working for a major European corporation as an IT manager, based in my own country, and I was traveling all around Europe. So I was like, yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I don't have time for this. In 10 years, so in 2008, he sold it for 10 million euros to Daily Mail from UK, whether you believe it or not. So some company from UK got interest in company in Serbia, which is really a small country in Europe, for 10 million euros. So my friend is now enjoying in Hawaii and other nice places in this world, while I'm sitting with you in Zambia and telling you about Apple, okay? I'm not complaining, just I'm telling you the fact, okay? So even the lousiest idea, and I'm trying to shoot you ideas here on the table. Unza, do they have an online result publishing? Yeah, right. Anybody willing to develop? Is it so difficult to develop? But you do what you have to do. First, making a website is fine. But that kind of interaction, how to acquire information and publish, and that's the challenge. And that is why a local person has to do it. It cannot be some Mzungu coming and sell you wisdom. I would have to spend a lot of time studying the behavior of your professors and how do you like to view the details and everything. While you have that knowledge here, use it, make it.